Hello everyone, my name is Matt Cutter with Cutter & Cutter Fine Art, and I wanted to welcome you to this video introduction. We have an opening for Dean Mitchell's show Rooted coming this Friday, and we have two incredible new works. And what I want to talk about today is these large-scale paintings and the difficulty and the complexity of working large-scale, specifically in watercolor. So one of the things that Dean Mitchell's always done, he's always worked large, and typically large for a watercolor artist might be 22 by 30 inches, typical size paper. A couple of years back we asked Dean, could you go bigger, and how big could you go? And what could you do in terms of design if you had a little more space to work with? So Dean did a whole series of pieces that was very well received, very successful. We sold them all, and we asked him for this show, could you do a couple more big ones? And he responded with great enthusiasm, and he made this happen. So these are two of the three that will be unveiled in the gallery on Friday. We have one more that's even larger than these, but I wanted to dive into these pieces because I think they're really exceptional. So this first one here is a shrimp boat painting, and it's got a lot of complexity, but what Dean does really well, and I think what helps hold everything together, is everything is predicated on big shapes. So when you look at the painting, there's a big mass here, and there's another large mass over on this side, and that helps to balance everything out. And like any true watercolorist, you're trying to preserve the whites of the paper because you don't get them back. And Dean works in transparent watercolor, which means no opaque medium, so you got one shot. And that's one of the things he talked to us about. He said, when you're working this large, there's a very small margin for error. So what he's done with this one is he's designed some very dramatic darks with the background, and you've got all the rigging and the complexity, those fine details that you're finding, but really I think the design is all about the light. So it's the light hitting this section of the white, and then it's also the most saturation of color. You're finding this sort of cobalt teal color, and you're finding this rusty sienna color. Those show you the character of the boat, but they're also the most saturated areas where your eye is going to find them. So it's an incredible design. I can't imagine what it must have been like trying to complete a work like that, because it's quite difficult and very impressive. Super happy to have that painting. And on this side, believe it or not, these designs share a lot in common. Again, it's all about the big shapes. So these cypress trees with the big gnarled root balls, they dominate the composition. And I love that Dean has one in the foreground that's much lighter, and then he's showing you the depth as you look at the second large cluster is the darkest dark in the painting. And then he's also giving us another set of light behind that. So you're seeing the three different levels, sort of a foreground, mid-range, and a distance there that shows the depth of the work. And once again, there's great lighting effect. Some of the lightest lights on this little piece of the root ball coming down, but he's got little splashes of green that are really intense, and when you see it up close, you'll see they're just little details, not painting things so much as painting shapes, painting color relationships, and that's what he does incredibly well. I'm impressed by what kind of detail he gets when you actually see the marks in person. It's a lot less than what you think. So you see it up close and you see the act of painting, which he does incredibly well. Dean will also be completing the final large painting. It's from the Ozarks. This is a subject matter he's tackled many times before, and it's a beautiful river scene. It's got a lot of simplicity in the design, but it also has a lot of complexity in some of the details that you can see up close. So we're very excited to see that, and I want to thank everyone for their time and attention, and we look forward to seeing you at the show if you can be here, and if you can't, please click the link below and let us know what you think. Thank you.